Apologies, I didn't mean to stop the stream there. I'm just going to uninstall the mod that I've made. Okay, it should be uninstalled now. So that was interesting. I wouldn't have thought my mod would have broken that, but just waiting for DCS to start up again. Okay, let's hope that it's... Yeah, here we go. Fear the bones. Okay. Okay, this is looking better. At least we're meant to be in a flight. Yeah, there we go. Okay. In an aircraft. That's...
Gentlemen, sorry for waking you up from your well-deserved rack time, but I have some bad news. There was another explosion on the Valley Forge, and now she's sinking. Now we've begun a rescue operation. The USS Cunningham pulled alongside the Valley Forge, and HS-9 is on the way with 4 SH-3s. The whole operation will be covered by 2 FA-18s from VFA-87 who will take care of any surface threats. Jaws, Jester, Elephas, and Glory, you'll provide cover against aerial attacks. Now, ROE is still warning yellow, weapons hold, so do not fire unless fired upon. The situation is bad enough right now, and neither side wants any more shooting.
Closing
Dragon
canopy.
here and get up here, jets. Dismissed.
Okay, so let's get some basic lights on.
Flight deck, air crews are manning up for the 0140 launch. The temperature is 39 degrees, the altimeter is 2987. It's time for all unnecessary personnel to appear in the catwalks and the flight deck. All flight deck personnel get into the complete proper flight deck uniform. Helmets on and buckled, sleeves rolled down. Goggles down, check chocks, chains, and all loose gear around the deck. Check your pockets for fog. Stand clear of exhausts and intakes from our control.
So we'll get Jester set up onto flight.
You got it.
Channel 1. Now we do the alignment. Bring the HUD brightness and the VDI brightness down a bit. So Jester just hasn't turned his system on, which is why that's black. Check our armament. Probably, yep, single Phoenix, which is like the worst of the worst Phoenix. 2 Sparrows, 3 Winders. Certainly not a loadout I would choose, but that's okay. We can deal with it. I'd probably take a 2-2-2 loadout. 2 Phoenixes in the tunnel, 2 Sparrows and 2 Winders. So, yeah, same amount of missiles, just longer range, more Phoenixes, and less Sidewinders, because Sidewinders aren't great. They're good for dogfights. But a Tomcat tries not to get in dogfights. Departure and flight. That's... oh yeah, we should have gone the other way, that's right. I'll skip through all of there. So departure is channel 7, I'll set 7 in the front.
Yeah.
Apologies, I'm just trying to get rid of SRS. That's okay. We... okay. Yep. We'll just have to deal with that being up there in the way. It's not too bad. So mother is 59 X-ray. X-ray. We should see tack and needles pointing at the tower, which it is. And ILS 7. Yeah, you know, you can just turn the floodlights on to see, but I'm not a massive fan of the floodlights. I prefer them off. I'm going to increase the brightness of... I think formation lights I'll leave half bright.
We're ready to taxi.
Okay.
Takeoff checklist, brakes.
Oh, don't smash into 2. Really, 2? We'll just ignore that little...
Check okay, accumulating pressure up. Fuel.
Fuel is good.
Total feed, auto transfer, dump off, feed tanks full, bingo set. Canopy down, lights out.
So,
Lights out up here. Seat arms, top and bottom, command eject aft.
Okay.
I'm on top and bottom, showing MCO in the window. SAS.
SAS is all on.
All on. All circuit breakers set. All miners set. Master test. On. By die. Normal. Compass. Compass sync, standby gyro erect. Wings.
That is a good thing to do. Wings out. Close the cover, flaps down. Wings are visually going out.
20 degrees, auto, both lights out. Flaps and slats. Full down. Spoilers and anti-skid. Spoiler module on, spoiler brake off. Trim. Set. Harness locked. Lights locked. Controls. Here comes the wipeout. Left. Right. Forward. Feels good. All warning and line are out. Ready to go? Ready.
Go up to full power. And this is an A, so we need burner. Wait for both burners to get up full stage 5. Stereo lights on, because that'll launch us.
Good shot.
Okay, gear up, flaps up. Coming out of burner. Actually, I'm not sure if we have to stay this low for a while, but that's alright. Ah, okay, no, we're meant to be above 1500 feet at 5 miles. Which we're not. But that's okay.
Alright, Elvis, let's push to waypoint 1. See you on channel 2. Roger. Uniform channel 2.
So going into channel 2 and heading off to waypoint 1.
Roger that. Wizard, Pontiac 1 flight, 2 times F14 and checking in, bold, 257 for 54. Wizard, radar contact, bulls 257 for 54. Picture clean, we'll keep you updated. Push to waypoint 1, Angels 2-1, over. Pontiac 1, roger, pushing to waypoint 1, Angels 2-1.
Okay, so we gotta climb on up. We'll climb in mill. See what we can see with the NVGs. Yes, please do. That's our tail light. So, like always, I'll get the autopilot set on and... or autopilot on, not yet set. I love it when Jester goes into TWS with the targets outside of the TWS cone.
Damn. here, I can't even see my hand in front of my face.
Mm-hmm.
Like the inside of a fucking basketball.
Oh, let's also come out of takeoff
Is this
mode.
full moon tonight? Well, at least the darkness should provide some cover to the rescue operation. I see the bad moon rising. I see trouble on the way.
So, we're very much going by the instruments tonight, because we cannot see a thing. We put that on, we can, but not much.
There's a friendly 3-ship, Bra, 095, 20 miles, Angels 10.
There we go, so we got the autopilot set. Pretty much Angels 21. They're a little high, but I don't really care. It's not like we're extraordinarily high, although
Pop-up Singleton. Fencer inbound from the north. Bra 042 470 at Angels 2. He's headed straight for Bulls. Your signal is Buster. Weapons hold. I say again, weapons hold. Wizard Pontiac 1 copy. We're on our way. Weapons hold. Wizard, break number 1. We're over the jet. Rescue operation.
so we had him in RWS for a second there. There, gone.
Springfield 1, proceeding. Ship is burning real bad. We're gonna have to approach from the north.
So we got him in TWS. We've been told weapons hold, but we've got weapons selected, so we can get
We
range
have a
and steering.
Bandit, 045, 56 miles, 2,000.
Master arm is ready to be flicked up at a moment's notice. But again, because we've been told weapons hold, we're not going to have master arm on. Because we'd hate to accidentally, loose wire in the trigger or something else, send a missile off. We'll push it up to 4 mil.
Roger that.
Reduce our radar display range at least. We can't really reduce our actual range because radar beams are infinite. They go on forever. Altitude exactly 2,000 feet, which is incredibly unlikely. But that's the computer for you. It's good at going to the exact altitude you tell it and no other altitude.
Pontiac 1, Bandit now within 30 miles from Bulls. Establish a hard lock and try to scare him off. Do not open.
Roger that.
Okay.
I got a lock. Target, 35 miles.
Also going to switch to Sparrows.
Bandit locked.
So now we get steering info in the HUD. So this is really still Phoenix range, but firing a Phoenix with an STT turns it into a big Sparrow essentially.
I lost
It's not
lock.
worth, it's not worth having. I don't know how the TCS can continue to track him because
The fencer is bugging out.
I can't see him. But
Pontiac 1, Roger. Bandit bugging out. Do not pursue. Return to waypoint 1 and anchor 2-1. The rescue operation is underway. Pontiac 1 and Roger, anchoring at waypoint 1.
So we'll bring the throttles back a bit.
There is a friendly 6 o'clock.
Go back to
7
Phoenix
miles.
for the long range engagements. And we'll make our turn back onto waypoint 1.
Flight on station with 2 tops FA-18 is flagged, Angels 15. Dodge 1, radar contact, anchor at waypoint 2 and stand by for updates. Dodge 4.
So I'm actually going to bring the throttles back even more. We don't need speed at the moment, we're just sort of hanging out, waiting in case someone wants to come and interrupt us.
Oh, I got nails on her nose. 12 o'clock.
SH is a Seahawk, I think? Yeah, Seahawk, which is like the naval version of a Black Hawk. It's an air-to-surface radar, but we do pick it up. It's friendly. That's all we need to know about. So we're 12 miles from waypoint 1. We're 58 miles from the boat. So I'm trying to get rid of all the red glow in the background. Let's see what full VDI brightness is. And we can...
Pontiac 1 on station, Angels 2-1.
That's blinding, isn't it?
Roger, anchor at waypoint 1 and stand by for updates.
So, easiest way to anchor. Anchor just means stay here, so we'll chuck ourselves in a... well, it's a 30-degree bank. Bring the throttles down a bit. And we'll sit here going round and round in circles. See if we can spot 2. So 2 is with us. Just behind us. So our throttles are at quite a low setting. Let's just wait. We're burning less than 3,000 pounds per hour in each engine. So we're burning 6,000 pounds per hour on it, between the two. And we've got almost 1,800 pounds of fuel. So we've got almost 3 hours of well, 3 hours till we're out of fuel. So I would say 2 hours of on-station time will bring us down to 5,000 pounds of fuel. And that's about right for when we want to go home to make our bingo. Don't want to have another case 3 with no fuel and flame out behind the boat.
Dodge 1, Wizard. A Soviet destroyer has opened fire on the rescue operation. He's inbound from the southeast, Bulls 120, range 35 miles. You're clear to engage.
That's brave of the Russians.
Dodge 1, Roger. Russian destroyer 120 for 35.
So those Hornets are going harpoon the living night times out of the Russians, I guess you'd say. Because that's an act of war, really. They're firing on a stricken ship. Firing on any sort of ship's an act of war. So, yep, these Hornets are now probably going into burner so they can get any... Yep. They're only at 300 knots, but just dropped out of burner. So yeah, they'll go and drop some harpoons. We'll just keep orbiting here until the Russians... Well, unless the Russians decide they want to send an aircraft out to try and say hello. That's the ship down there on fire. There's 2 out there. So 2's down to just his formation light. So, now that we're nice and formed up, we can turn off everything but quite dim formation lights, which we can possibly see if we go into external view. Nope, they're too dim. Let's go. There we go. 2 tomcats on NV's green formation lights. Actually, I don't think these are NV's. The modern formation lights you can switch to just go just to night vision mode. Isn't it weird? It looks like we're orbiting. Looks like we're flat and straight and level, not in a level orbit. You okay there?
Pontiac 1 Wizard, we have a pop-up group, 4-ship, Bra 114 for 90 at 17. Hi. They have their nose on dodge. Your orders are to intercept and monitor. Weapons hold. Break, break. Dodge 1, hold position.
So, 114.
Wizard, Pontiac 1, roger, turning nose on, weapons hold.
So we'll just keep the turn coming around, there's no point yanking it, but I have gone to full throttle. Same speed that the Hornets were at in burner. Actually, stuff that I am going to yank the...
Pontiac 1 Wizard, we have a second group. Bra 109 485 at 15. Proceed at gate. The situation is getting out of hand quickly.
So proceed.
Gate base. This is going to be hot.
So they actually want us to go in afterburner after these guys. There they are, coming up on scope, on data link now. So I'm not going to go full burner, but I am going to add some burner. Look, you can see the reflection on my tail. Look at it go. We'll do that again once we're supersonic. And oh, how awesome's that? So yes, the A has very, very fast engines up high. Also helps that we're not as fully heavily loaded as I would take up.
There's a Bandit 4 ship, Bra, 115, 66 miles.
The A is fast, wow. So the A's engines aren't great if you go slow, but up high and fast, they're awesome. So this is
We've
getting
got a Bandit
very,
Gorilla Group
very
bearing
close.
110, 70 miles.
I do not like how close this is getting.
Okay, there's dirt, 12 o'clock.
That's okay. That's the ship that was firing before. That's about to catch harpoons. Well, actually, the Hornets have been told to stay where they are. So. Looks like a 21. So they're not. If they're MiG-21s, they're not a massive threat, but that many of anything is a pretty big threat. Now those things make me think there might be missiles. These ones. Hello, instructions please.
Oh, I'm showing nails, 11 o'clock.
35 miles. I'm getting hard on.
I'm gonna go master arm on, because whatever's about to happen, it's about to happen fast. Also going to formation.
Wizard Pontiac 1, make open formation. Pressing. Pontiac 1, negative. Stand down. I say again.
Oh, we got nails right on our 6.
3.1. Break. Dodge 1, you're clear to engage the destroyer. Weapons high.
We've been told to stand down.
Copies all. Engaging enemy ship. Thanks for the cover, boys. Anytime, baby.
So we've been told to
That was close.
stand down and return to waypoint 1.
Guess they heard about their 2 comrades we shot down yesterday. We called their bluff and they folded.
So gonna bring the fuel consumption back down to very little, because we burnt a fair bit of fuel proceeding at gate as instructed. We'll get 2 to bring the formation in.
Flight. Close formation.
So that's 2 out there.
Heads up, nails, 5 o'clock.
Bringing the formation in a little bit tighter. I just wanted 2 to go out to wide formation because we're about to go into combat. So, go out to combat spread. Let's do bringing it in nice, safely. Get a bit more angle on the turn. So, yeah, 100 miles from the boat. 4,000 pounds of fuel is about right. If it, as a bingo quantity, sorry. If it starts looking too low, we can jettison external stores. Really doesn't matter in game if we dump a very expensive Phoenix missile into the ocean. And in the real world, if that's the only way to get back to the boat safely, that's what they're going to do, but they're going to try not to. So let's see. Oh, Hornets are firing their harpoons. So these will drop down. So we'll just straighten off here and then go and watch.
There's there's a friendly, Bra. 300, 53 miles. Angels 22.
So they've only fired off 2. Which, you know, if 2 hit, they're pretty destructive.
We have a friendly, Bra. 285,
I'm gonna say
72
they
miles.
probably wouldn't
Angels
quite
15.
sink a ship.
Copy. Target is destroyed. Good show. You're cleared to RTB.
Well, no, the missiles are still on the way.
RTB.
Now we've got impacts. So they've got impact. Yeah, it's close enough. Obviously, in the real world, they wouldn't call it till they've seen the explosions and the radar contact starting to disappear. Probably also use their T-pod if they've got one. Let's Let's go over to his lead that's got lights on. Got a center tank. So it doesn't look like they do have a T-pod, so they'd be using their air-to-ground radar. And they got old-fashioned Mark 1 on.
12 o'clock.
Check we're not falling out of the sky. Bring the fuel consumption down a bit because we can. Speed's still, you know, quite high. Fuel is good. So we'll continue back to waypoint 1. How far away? 23 miles. So if I had a human radar, I would probably have this screen up most of the time. Because the Rio would be looking at the TID for me. But because Jester is no good at describing things and knowing what to tell me and what not to say, we need this one. And yeah, it gives us a lot of the info we need. Doesn't give us all of the navigation info, but it gives us the info we need to fire weapons. And be tactical.
We've got nails. 1 o'clock.
This is a really cool mission set. I like how we're doing Cold War style, you know, not knowing really what's going on. Not quite in a hot war yet, but still enough aggression where we're doing sorties and going and doing things every day. Obviously only in game, I would Much rather not have any aggression in the real world, but makes for an interesting video game. So that's... where's 2? Let's see. So we've been told to report when we're back on station. So, we'll check us.
Wizard, Pontiac 1 is back on station anchoring at waypoint 1. Pontiac 1, roger. Stand by. The rescue operation is almost complete.
30-degree orbit.
Pontiac 1, standing by.
A 30-degree bank, which will put us in a relatively large orbit. We haven't pulled more than 2.7 or so Gs, which is fine. Between 0 and 2.7 Gs. Yeah. Not a problem. We'll get Jester to select stations 2 and 7. Because under the ACM panel we've got a jettison button for whatever stations he's got selected. So by having the fuel tank selected, we can, if we need to, and if we get into a dogfight, press the button and drop the tanks. And I've got the cover set on my joystick, but not the button. So we'll just keep going round and round and round in circles until someone tells us what we need to do.
This is Springfield 1. The last driver is off the boat. We are RTB at this time.
That's good to hear.
Springfield 1, Wizard, copy that. Break. Pontiac 1, remain on station until further notice.
So
Pontiac 1 and Roger, anchoring at waypoint 1.
they've completed the rescue mission, they're returning back to base, but they're not at base yet, and helicopters are a little bit slower than a tomcat. So we're gonna hold here until they're safely back within the SAM net and safe and sound with the cat patrols. What was that?
What the? Hey John, did you feel that too? That's a firm.
Got no warning and cautions. Now, I'm not going to use a cheaty view to see what's happened, because that's cheaty. And because we know something's happened, it feels wrong to use it. I know I use it occasionally because I want to see missiles and stuff, but that's just for the fun, not for the figuring out what's actually going on. That's what's happened.
Great.
Yep.
I'm dialing Grumman's customer service hotline. Pontiac, Wizard, the helos are safe now. You are cleared to RTB. Pontiac 1 Roger, we're heading back to the boat.
So yeah, we've lost our HUD. That's what went. Now I believe there are spare bulbs somewhere aboard the aircraft. I think they're stored back here somewhere maybe, which we could put in the projector in there, if that's the issue. But that's right, we'll head back to the boat. I'll get Jester to set the
Okay.
Roosevelt up. So that will mean that we can do ACLS landings.
This is CNN's Prime News, taking the time to examine world events, issues, and newsmakers, with Bernard Shaw in Washington and Susan Rook in Atlanta.
We interrupt our program to bring you a special announcement. 2 days after the incident of the USS Valley Forge on the Black Sea, Soviet airplanes have opened fire on 2 U.S. Navy jets. Both attackers were shot down in self-defense. 2 hours later,
this was
Mikhail
yesterday, of the
Gorbachev,
last
the
mission.
General Secretary of the Soviet Union, sent a message to President Bush demanding the removal of our armed forces from the Black Sea. The United States refused to comply, and in return, the Soviet Union has declared war on our nation. May God help us all.
Well, that's an interesting announcement. It's no longer a Cold War, is it?
What the? Did you hear that? We're at war with the Ruskies. Oh my God. Apparently so. I had a feeling this was all just the beginning. God help us all indeed.
Mm-hmm. Give us a bit more throttle. So we're safe, which is a good thing. We can continue on with the next mission next time. But I am going to try and land on the boat. It's not going to go well, but I'm going to give it a go. Let's see what it is.
Brings it across, defended by Harper. 11 seconds to go. In the middle of the floor, Jordan has it. And Jordan puts up a jumper and hits with 6 seconds to go. Jordan hits the basket and now has 42 points in the game, and the Cavaliers have called a timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining, and Michael Jordan, who was not an impressive shooter at all.
No. Okay, let's go. Stage 5, let's go. So just as we go through the transonic region there, all our pitot instruments decide they want to muck up a bit. Tomcat, tomcat, tomcat. Mark 1.2 and accelerating. Oh. Master caution. Fuel low. Yep, so we're hitting 8,000 pounds of fuel, which is still a fair bit. Well, that's a bit of an imbalance. Let's get the light up. Feed fuel from the aft side, please. Actually, I'd rather not do that. Where's the crossfeed? Fuel and hydraulics should be this side somewhere. Okay. That looks like it's likely to be our friend the carrier. Yep, that's the carrier, alright. Oh, I guess we found the water. So, yeah, suboptimal ending, but not, we finished the mission. Collateral damage. We'll read the briefing on it. Looks like it's a day mission, which is good. So, should get another carrier in a day or two, that's good. Okay, so Squawking 600, radio failure. So that will be interesting because it's got an emergency, and it's flying towards the closest airbase, which is what it should do. Except, yeah, flying into Russian airspace with them declaring war 6 hours ago. So we should be able to do this. So I'm just gonna stop the stream and restart it so it saves separately.